Hey YouTube, we're going to talk today about and show you today best wake up skincare products for moi. I do have sensitive skin. It took me a long time to find stuff that works for me, and so we are going to do my wake up skincare routine. It is almost 10 o'clock at night. I got up about half hour ago. I am nocturnal, so let that not sound strange to you. And I was surprised I slept so late. And I know in regular videos I keep saying I'm hibernating, but y'all, when it gets below like 35 degrees at night or in the early morning, I be knocked out. So let's get started because I know y'all like, girl, you're talking too much. The first thing I'm going to do that is not a part of my wake up skincare routine is put on City Beauty Plumping Lip Oil. This is what I use during the day. This is what I put on before videos. And I'm putting it on now because my lips is dry. I did just wash my face. Y'all, so I need to put this skincare on. And I thought, let me just do this video. Today is December 7th, I think. Or is it not? December 6th? December 7th? What day is it? I don't know what day of the week it is, y'all. When I first wake up. So there are some times when I don't wash my face when I wake up. My nighttime skincare routine, we are going to do that this morning before we go to sleep. The products, some of them are very rich. And some products will say, you know, it's not necessary to wash your face in the morning. So I let my face tell me like what it needs. And I needed to wash it this morning because I did wash it before going to sleep this morning. And I was so exhausted after my shower, I didn't do skincare. And I wake up every 90 minutes or so. And so I said to myself, one of my wake ups, I'll get up and do my skincare. And I have done that before, but y'all, I slept. I only got up when I heard a knock on my door. It was the mailman bringing me one of my packages. And I slept. So when I don't wash my face in the morning, well, the evening at night when I get up, I still do my full skincare routine except washing my face. I will just wet it and then just pat it dry and then I'll go in with the skincare. But if I do wash my face when I get up, afternoon, evening, nighttime, I will wash my face with the Drunk Elephant. When y'all see my nighttime skincare routine, it is mostly Drunk Elephant. And I was just like, when did that happen? Like, oh my gosh. This is their Mellow Marula Cream Cleanser. I have their Jelly Cleanser in my shower. I do like that one as well. That was given free gift with purchase. I liked it. I ordered this, but that one stays in my shower. And so this one, Calm and Balanced, 1% colloidal oatmeal. This stuff is thick, and it has marula oil in it. So I'm not going to pump any out, but when I do wash my face, when I get up, this is what I use because it is gentle. It is just very smoothing. We'll talk about the cleanser I use before I go to sleep when we get to it because it is not this one. So, but this, I'll wash my face with this. This was recently sent to me. I don't know yet if it's making a difference. This is from City Beauty. I am in their program. This is their complexion balancing toner, enhance and replenish. It says to put three or four pumps onto a cotton round, but I find I like it better when I just put it in my hand because I would do the 3 or 4 pumps, but then maybe because I got a moon pie face, I would always have to put more. And so with this, I just put 2 pumps, and it is quite a bit, and it's a toner, so it's very runny. And then I will go like this, and it is a lot. And I will just, this is a lot. And then I will just put this on my face. And with the cotton round, it says to go upward, the upward motion, you know, all of that stuff. And my skin is sensitive, and so you see already, just from me rubbing it, my skin is turning red. That's typical. And I do deal with eczema and all of that stuff, but this is not eczema. This is just me rubbing my skin. Right, and then I will dry my hands off. So that is that. I do have my entire caboodle here, which has all of my skincare in here and my dental stuff, my deodorant, blah, blah, blah. So next what I'll do is, this one, they don't make this one anymore. This is Dr. Dennis Gross Advanced Retinol Plus Ferolic Triple Correction Eye Serum. They have a different one now, and we're going to use that one too. And the other one comes in a tube. So just ignore this one. This one, it says you can use twice a day. Well, AM or PM, and including your eyelids, because a lot of eye serums will say do not put them on your eyelids. And so I really like that this one says you can. And I put half a pump, if you can see it there. And again, this is not available anymore. And I will do this. And usually I forget to put it on my lids. The only time I put it on my lids, well, we'll do it today though, is if my lids are irritated for whatever reason. And y'all are probably thinking, girl, if your lids are irritated, do not put anything with retinol on it. But it doesn't bother my lids. I had mild sunburn back in 2020 on my eyelids because I was out in the sun at the beach and I didn't have my sunglasses on. And I did put this up here and it worked fine. It cleared it up. So that is that. Then they don't make this anymore. Olay, they have a different one, and the new one, my skin was like, take that off. So when I run out of these, then I won't use this anymore. And that's one of the reasons I have been trying other serums, because my skin loves this stuff. And I'm like, what's going to happen when I run out? Because when my skin loves something, when I don't have it anymore, my skin is upset. And but I do believe I have enough stuff that my skin will be okay without it and not be mad at me and be dry. But we're going to put this on. And this is the Olay. Again, it's not available. Olay Regenerous Miracle Boost Concentrate Fragrance Free. And it was eons ago. It was on clearance on their website. So it was like $12 and something. And I'm like, okay, if it's on clearance and it's staying on clearance, they're trying to get rid of it. And they were. I was using this once a day, but now I use it twice a day because I'm just trying to use it up. This one is down to here, and I still have a couple backups. And so things that I have that I've had for a while, I would open a new one just to make sure it's not rancid. And then if it is good, which it is still good, then I'll use it twice a day instead of once a day. So we'll put that on, y'all. The first time I used this, I was like, let me know if there's a skincare product that you have tried and when you put it on, your skin was like, yes, this is it. Because there's normally, skincare would normally say, you know, you'll see the effects after 4 to 6 weeks or 6 to 8 weeks or something. But every now and then I come across a product and I notice it like right away. And this was one of them. So then after that, we'll take Peter Thomas Roth Potent C Power Serum, 20% C, which is THD ascorbate, which is vitamin C, and 3% E, vitamin E, which is an antioxidant, and 2% ferulic acid. And I love how his stuff tells you the percentages, because sometimes brands will say, oh, it has this, it has that, and this is the key ingredients, but it's so far down on the list, it's not going to be effective. So I like how he does that. And I have backups of these too. When I first started using this was $98. And then it went up to $102, and then it went up to $105. And so during one of the 21 Days of Beauty sale, I purchased a lot. And I want to say I purchased too much, but I'm not going to say I purchased too many. I go through 2 of these in a year. I'm not going to say I purchased too many because I did open up a new one. It was not rancid. And so I am now, though, using this twice a day just to use it up. And so I just take 1 pump of it on my skin. The first one I ever had, I didn't notice a difference. I didn't notice a difference. And so when I ran out, I said, you know, and at that time it was still $98. No. Yeah, it was $98. And I said, I'm just going to let it run out because I'm not seeing a difference. Y'all, about 3 or 4 days later, my skin was dry. I had dry patches. And I'm like, what is wrong with my skin? And I'm like, that darn serum. And then like a week later, Ulta had their sale, and so I purchased a bunch. And so I didn't notice the difference until I had used it up. And after like 3 or 4 days after I had ran out, y'all, my skin was acting up. And I'm like, that darn serum. So it does work. It does work. So that's one that I didn't notice until I stopped using it. But there are a few, like this one and a Drunk Elephant one, that right away I was like, my skin was like, yes. Okay, we don't have that much for daytime. We have a ton for my bedtime routine. This is Dr. Dennis Gross Dermafusion's Fill Plus Repair Serum. I tried this initially because I wanted to see if this would replace this, since this is not available anymore. And it's supposed to fill and repair. It's supposed to blur. I don't notice any of that, but my skin likes it. The last one, I'm a label whore. Hi, my name is Dion. I'm a label whore. It says when I opened it, the PAO is 24. it's 12 months, excuse me, 12 months. The PAO for this is November next year, and I put on here used in 6 months. So my previous one, I used this up in 6 months. Then this stuff is expensive, so we're just going to take one pump. And if I didn't have any other skincare on, I would need like 2 pumps because then my skin would be more dry. But since it's moist now from other stuff, I can just get away with 1 pump. I do buy his stuff when there's a sale. End of the year, I think he was having either 30 or 30% off. 30 or 35% off. But I have enough to get me through the next year. So next year around this time in December is when I'll re-up for the next year, because I do use this in like 6 months. And this is AM or PM, says my label up here. So now what we're going to put on, we have, sorry I keep headbutting you, Dermafusion's Fill and Repair Eye Cream. That's this one. And this PAO is 12 months as well. I'm looking to see if it says also on your lids, but it doesn't say on here, so I don't know, but I don't put it on my lids. And so I just take a little bit, take about that much. And I can tell that this is something that when it doesn't pump out, well, squeeze out anymore, I'm going to have to cut it because I know it's going to be product like stuck down here that I'm not able to squeeze out, and that is okay because I will cut a product. Excuse me to keep headbutting. I'm looking, making sure I'm not missing anything in my caboodle. So I'll just do one of these numbers and then put this under my eyes, the corner of my eyes. This is getting darker and darker, and where that is from, and I have one on this side that's not as dark, which is ironic. I am a side sleeper. I usually sleep on my left side. This is my left side, and this is from, and this one, like sometimes when I sleep, my eyes are teary. When I wake up, I have crushed like right here, the corner of my eye and right here. And so I do believe that's what that's from, and I do believe that's what this is from, because we know our sweat, our tears, there is some sodium in that. And so I think it just discolored my skin. But it's ironic because this is my right side, and usually I sleep on my left side. So I'm like, why is the right side darker? I don't know. Do I really care? No. Y'all, oh, if y'all don't know, I'm 55 years old. Look at my skin. And so the reason I'm doing this, well, one of the reasons I'm doing this is because quite often someone will say, if someone's new to my live stream and I'm just starting my look, they'll be like, what skincare do you use? Like, your skin is really nice. And I love my freckles. I love my freckles. I usually do have redness right here, as usual. I deal with eczema, all of that stuff. And I do have cream I am going to put on because I have like 2 eczema breakouts going on right now. So the last thing we're going to use, Dermafusion's product again. He has a thing where, and most brands do, I think, where he has certain lines. And so this is the Dermafusion line, and so you'll notice that they all look the same, which, you know, I don't really care. But so this says blur and repair cream. Again, I don't notice any blurring. Let me know when I put this on if you see blurring. And I put on here when I opened it what the PAO is, and I used the last one of these in 6 months, and I was just like, this stuff is expensive. And so I remember saying, and it is an airless pump, so you push this down, the product comes up, and this is encased, this whole thing. He does do luxurious packaging. I'd rather have cheaper packaging and pay a less price for the whole product than the prices that he charges for all this luxury stuff. But anyway, you do see the 2 holes under here, so the air pumps it up. And when I first open one, I do have to pump it, and this will push all the way down. Then I have to go like this for it to pump up, and then and then do this, and this will pop back up. And so maybe like the 4th time the product will come out because it's pushing. The air is pushing the witchamajigget up. I don't know what to call the witchamajigget. But I had thought that you can open it and see what's left, because another one of his products was in an airless pump like this. And when I opened it, no, it was a Drunk Elephant cream. And then, yeah, it is like that. Okay. So if it stops pumping, I had looked in it. I took this off and looked in it, and I'm like, oh, it's still product in there. And so I just had to keep pumping it for the air to push up the component that has the product in it. Now, what's interesting though is I had forgot that this one does that also, because when I opened this in November 28th, and so the previous one I was using, it wasn't pumping, nothing was coming up. So I'm like, let me see how much is in there. Y'all, I opened it. It was the bottom of this component, this white component. And I'm like, damn. So the Drunk Elephant one, it still had product in there. And so I would just unscrew it and scoop it out. But this one, it gets, as far as I know, all the product out. So, but initially, if it's not pumping, just keep pumping it up. And sometimes you'll hear it go pff, because it's pumping up the component. So anyway, I don't push it all the way down. I just push about that much, halfway, because my skin is already moist and moisturized from the other stuff I put on. So I do not use a full pump. And this is good for those who, I mean, I'm the only one that uses it. So I don't clean it in between. I just, and I will take this and put this all over my face. Again, I don't notice any blurring, but I don't also have a lot of skin issues except for eczema and that my skin is sensitive. But this does feel really good. I'm going to put on my tacrolimus ointment for my eczema. I do that, my daytime routine and my nighttime routine. And, you know, they say go in upward motions. If you want to massage your face, take your knuckles. And this is what the gua sha does. So you can do it yourself. And Hung Vango does this also. He just uses tools, or he'll use his fingers to just massage the face. And you're going up in an upward motion, because you're fighting gravity. And so you want stuff to go upward. But as you see, when I do this for clients sometimes when I do their skincare, if they pay for the luxury service, and I put their skincare on, I will, you know, give a little face massage, as Love of My Life says, and, you know, just do, you know, their forehead, and they're just sitting there like, while I'm playing with their face. But you can just do one of these as well. Like, you don't have to do this. This is if you've had a gua sha, the way it's shaped, it is kind of shaped like that. But you can only do one at a time because there's only one gua sha and there's two sides to your face. So that is that. The tacrolimus ointment, this was prescribed by the dermatologist. Tacrolimus ointment, 0.1%. You can get this kind of stuff over the counter. Well, actually, this one says RX only, but I'm sure there's another name for it, some generic counterpart that you can buy over the counter. I don't have a copay, so even like vitamin D, I'm like, can you prescribe it? And the first time he was like, you can buy it over the counter. I said, I don't have a copay. So he prescribes it for me. And so I can't even really see it, but there is like a dry patch, like right here. I could feel it. And so I'll just put this here. The first couple days when I felt it was dry back here, I was putting Vaseline on it, and that didn't help it. And sometimes putting Vaseline on dry patches on my skin will work. And so when it didn't work, I said, okay, I'm having an eczema issue. And also it was just weird. Eczema happens in your creases. Like, it'll happen under here, and you see how this is like the fold behind my ear, and it'll be like in the insides of your elbows, behind your knees, like any place where there's like creases. But it's not always. It'll be just certain places. Just like this is only behind this ear, but this ear in here was really red and flaky, like how behind this ear is. And I put Vaseline on it. That didn't help. I said, okay, I need to put the tacrolimus on it. And so I just take just a tiny bit and put it inside, and it has been healing it. And if I get dryness around my nose and the creases here, I'll put Vaseline on it. If that doesn't work, then I'll put this on it. And sometimes I have other skin issues, and I do have ointment and stuff for that. So that is my best skincare of 2025. For my wake-up routine, I will try to remember to come back tonight. Well, this in the morning, and we'll do that. For a quick backtrack, I do also have Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta Universal Daily Pills. The universal ones are the ones in orange. I find that since I've been using the Drunk Elephant stuff, like my skin doesn't call for these anymore. But once in a while, I will just use it just because these are just expensive. These are expensive. And I might just give some more away. These are expensive. Even on sale, these are expensive. And these, it it does have an expiration date on it, and the expiration date on this one, this entire box, and it is printed on each one. This is January 2027, so I do have a lot of time. Do I want to use this tonight? I don't want to use this tonight. Do we want to do this this morning before I go to sleep? Yeah, we'll just do that. And I have done it before, but yeah, we'll do that. And I also have in here, and I have some at my station, the Beauty Bio Bright Eyes Depuffing and Brightening Eye Gels. So and you see the shape of it. So it goes under the eye. These do work. It's not long lasting, which is why you got to keep using them. These are expensive as well. For a 15-pack box, I think at Ulta is like $40. Sometimes QVC will have 2 boxes for like $50, and so I'll just get them from there. And so I don't use them all the time, but they do work. I usually take these with me when I'm going away for like 3 or 4 days, because I know I'm not going to get enough sleep. I know my under eyes are going to look darker than usual, and so I will use these. And I gave a pack to when I roomed with my chosen family big sister, and she's like, I'm gonna just put one on and see. And so she put it on, leave it on 10-15 minutes. And she took it off. She was like, sis, like, look at this. Like, this works. And I knew it worked because the first time I used them here in a live stream. And they were like, yeah, I see a difference. It works. So these do work. And so I had like extra packs with me. So I gave her like 4 more. So it's not something I would use every day because they're expensive. $40 for 15 pair. Excuse me. I'll wait till QVC has a sale. We're going to backtrack again. Some mornings, well, nights, when I get up, what am I going to say? No, sometimes when I get up, right? If my skin feels really good because of all the stuff you're going to see this morning that I put on before I go to sleep, when I do wake up, and I remember saying earlier on that I will just rinse my face and put on all of my skincare, but there are times when even when I rinse my face and pat it dry, my skin is feeling really good. And if I know I'm going to do a video within an hour or so, I'm like, I don't want to put on all this expensive skincare. This is over $100. This is like $70, $80. This is like $50, $60. So I'm just like, I don't want to put like all this stuff on just to cover it right up, but I know my skin needs something. And so this came as gift with purchase from Drunk Elephant, the Bora Barrier Repair Cream. My skin likes this. And so what I do is, if I'm not going to do all of my skincare, I will just put this on, just moisturizer. And I like it so much, I purchased the full size. So I do like when Drunk Elephant has gifts with purchase, Usually I do like them, some I don't. I don't like those Be Goldy drops and the bronzy drops. Those I don't like. But as far as their skincare, usually the skincare stuff, like, I do actually like. There's a few that I didn't like, though. But that is it for this portion. We will come back tonight and, this morning, actually, before I go to sleep. And I'm going to wash the face, and we're going to come back right here, and we're going to go through all of the best of 2025 skincare for my sensitive skin. And I do hope that it is helpful. If you use any of these products, leave your comments down below. Let's help each other out. Like, what worked for you? What didn't work for you? If it didn't work, what did it do? Did it dry out your skin? Did you break out? You know, that type of thing. Because it's one thing to say, oh, it didn't work, but then it's like, why? Like, what happened? What happened? You know what I'm saying? So let's help each other out. And yeah, so hang tight. I don't know if I'm going to put anything to pop up the watch, because doing this in vertical, it kind of cuts off in a weird place. But there will be links down below, the playlist down below, discount codes, shopping links, and all of that stuff. But hang out, at least watch one of my playlists. And I do have a skincare playlist, but I think this is going to be the most important because this is what I'm using right now versus, a 2-year-old skincare video. So yeah, you'll see me soon. Thanks. Oh, I gotta push the button.